Welcome to episode number 13 of the MLB The Show 22 Postseason Series. And today, I'm obviously playing my MLB The Show 22 Postseason Series as it's Game 1 of the World Series. Houston Astros, Milwaukee Brewers. Best 7 series, obviously, because it's the best 7 World Series. Like I said, it's the Houston Astros and the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, this should be a good World Series. I mean, you have the Astros who have been to, well, 4 World Series, right, in the last 6 years. They were in 2017, they won it. 2019, they lost it. And then 2021, which is last year, they lost it. So, I mean, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's they've been to 4 World Series, the Astros have, in 6 years, including this one. So this is their 4th World Series appearance. This is the Astros' 4th World Series appearance in the last, or this is the 4th, for the Houston Astros, it's their 4th World Series appearance in the last 6 years. And for the Brewers, it's their 1st World Series appearance in 50 years. And they only have one, the Brewers have been in the World Series once in franchise history. It was back in 1972, 50 years ago, and they lost that one World Series. So the Brewers have not won a World Series in franchise history. The Astros have won one. It was in 2017. And so I said the Brewers, they've been in the World Series once, 1972, which is 50 years ago, and they lost that one World Series they were in. So the Astros are looking for their 2nd World Series championship, or the Astros are looking for their 2nd World Series championship in 6 years, and the Brewers are looking for their 1st World Series championship in franchise history. Game 1, the Brewers and Astros both went 95 and 67 in the 2021 regular season. So if that's the case, or that was the case, the Astros and the Brewers both went 95 and 67 in the 2021 regular season. And because that's the case, obviously, like I said, they have the same record, 95 and 67. Well, if this happened in real life, obviously, if they were both division winners and both have the same record, I don't know. They would have to have some tiebreaker to determine. They would have some. If they're both division winners and both have the same record, which in this case, in this postseason, or they both have the same in this postseason, the Brewers and then in this postseason, the Brewers and the Astros both have the same record. Both of the teams, the Brewers and the Astros, both have the same record, and they were both division winners here in this postseason bracket. If this was the case in real life, they would have some tiebreaker if this was the case in real life, they would have some tiebreaker to determine home field advantage for the World Series. But this is not real life; it's a video game. So the CPU just gave the Brewers home field advantage. Obviously, like I said, they were both division winners, and they were both 95 and 67. Like I said, the Brewers and the Astros were both division winners, and they were both. The Astros and the Brewers both were division winners, and they both went 95 and 67 in the 2021 regular season. Yes, 2021, because obviously, I know this is on Show 22, but obviously the 2022 regular season, which is on right now, obviously is in the middle of that. And right now, we're in the middle of the 2022 regular season, so the records in this game are from last year, and the Astros and Brewers both went 95 and 67, and then they both went 95 and 67, and then in this postseason bracket, they were both division winners. So yeah, so the CPU just gave the Brewers home field advantage. So it's not because someone was a wild card team and someone was a division winner, or someone had a better record than the other team. No, they're same record, and they're both division winners here in this postseason, or same record for the, like I said, for the same record for the Astros and the Brewers, and then they were both division winners here in this postseason bracket. So enough with that. Enough with the ranting right there. Game 1, like I said, Astros Brewers in Milwaukee at American Family Field. The starting pitching matchup for Game 1 is Luis Garcia for the Astros and Corbin Burns for the Brewers. And I believe there's an injury. It is Colton Juan. He has a strained pectoral muscle, I guess. It just says strained pectoral, but I think that's a muscle. But either way, he's out 1 to 2 weeks. I'm not sure when he's going to come back, though. I'm not sure. The injury happened, it says 1 to 2 weeks. The injury happened in the NLCS against the Giants, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure exactly what game it was in, but it says 1 to 2 weeks, and the injury, he suffered the injury in the NLCS against the San Francisco Giants. And then I believe the Astros, I don't think they have any injuries. I made sure whenever I did to them. Well, they have one injury. It's Chad McCormick, who broke his shin, and he's out 1 to 2 months. So he's out for the rest of the postseason. And obviously, I called up, I believe, Jake Myers to play center field for Houston, because, like I said, the original center fielder for the Houston Astros, Chad McCormick, broke his shin, and he's out 1 to 2 months. So that means he's out for the rest of the playoffs. And then, like I said, the Brewers just have Cole Dewan with a strained pectoral muscle. I assume that's a muscle. I think that's a muscle. Either way, he's out 1 to 2 weeks, and he suffered the injury in the NLCS, so I'm not sure which game it was in. But he might be back for the World Series. It really depends if the injury is 1 week or 2 weeks, or somewhere between 1 and 2 weeks. I don't know. So it could be 1 week, 2 weeks, or somewhere in between 1 and 2 weeks. But either way, I called up Luis Arias. He's playing center base for the Brewers now. So yeah, Corbin Burns versus Luis Garcia in the World Series. It's Corbin Burns and, like I said, Luis Garcia. That's the starting pitching matchup for Game 1 of the World Series. It's on Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. Astros at Brewers, Game 1 of the World Series. Best of 7 series. Let's get into it. 8:05 Eastern. Let's get it. Play full game. Both controllers per usual. The Brewers are the red controller, and the Astros are the blue controller. No. Home uniforms for the Brewers, road uniforms for the Astros. American Family Field. I know it used to be Miller Park, but now it's American Family Field as of, I believe, 2021 was the first season where it was called American Family Field. But either way, it's American Family Field. That's for the Brewers. That's their home stadium. So American Family Field holds 41,900. Opened in 2001. Presentation mode broadcast. Quick counts on. Cloud cover. Presentation mode broadcast. Quick counts on. Retractable roof. Yes, there is a retractable roof in Milwaukee. The roof will be open, and the cloud cover will be clear skies. So yeah, righty versus righty. Righty versus righty. Burns is a 94 overall. Burns is a 94 overall, and Garcia is a 70. Burns is a 94 overall, and Garcia is an 82 overall. Let's get it. So, obviously there's a universal DH. The only change I'm going to do, instead of playing Jeremy Pena at shortstop for Houston, I'm going to put in Nico Didrum at shortstop and an 8th. And that's the only change for either team, unless there's some injury before in pregame warm-ups or something like that. That's happened a few times during this postseason bracket, where a player sustains an injury in pregame warm-ups. But that's the end of the game. I'm the play-by-play announcer for this game. And John Shambi is not turned down at all. It's in the game right now. And yeah, there's no pregame injuries or someone. It's just that a player sustains an injury in pregame warm-ups, or it says like, oh, this player's tired, he should get a day off. But also the energy of all the players is 100%, because obviously they've had like Astros have had like a week off. Brewers have had like 4 days off in this game. This crowd is going nuts here in Milwaukee as pregame festivities prior to Game 1 of the World Series comes to a close. We are here at American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for Game 1, of the 2022 World Series. And the 2022 World Series features the Houston Astros and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi then everybody, Vinny Jan in Studio 42, 18 Man Tape. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. It's a best of seven series, of course, as it's the Astros and Brewers here in the World Series. As you can see, the Astros 7-4 in the playoffs, Brewers 7-3 in the playoffs. They're both averaging 1.8 runs per game, ERA 1.32 for the Astros, and a sub-1 ERA for the Brewers. And leading off for the Astros is Jose Altuve, and on the mound for the Brewers is Corbin Burns. First pitch of Game 1 of the World Series comes your way next. Corbin Burns, just a Game 1 start for the Brewers. 2 starts in the playoffs. Has taken the loss in both starts, so he has an 0-2 record, a 1.93 ERA, pitched 14 innings, 15 hits, a 1.07 WHIP, no walks, no strikeouts. As I just said, 2 starts in the playoffs. Got the loss in both starts, though. Cutter, center, a curveball, a circle change, and a slider for Burns. Here's Altuve to lead it off for Houston, as we're on your way here in Game 1 of the World Series. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball past Burns, past Adames. And it's a leadoff signal for Altuve to lead off Game 1 of the World Series here in 2022. Altuve has been in 2 World Series, both on the Astros. That's the only team he's been on for his entire career. He's been like, what? On the Astros, he has like a 10-year career or something like that. His entire career has been on the Astros, and it's been at, what, like 10 years? Or if it's not 10 years, it's 8 or 9. Here we go, runner at first, nobody out for Brantley. He's kind of straddling, and that's low, 2-1. He was on the Astros for the World Series last year. For 2017, he wasn't on the Astros. He came to the Astros, I believe, in 2018 or 2019. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to be 2. Peterson, sent in 1, first. Double play, 2 down. Peterson, Arias, Tellez, 5-4-3 double play, 2 down, and there's an injury. Jose Altuve is injured. Oh my goodness. He slid in the center base, and he's injured. Oh boy, this could be a tough break, literally and figuratively for Jose Altuve, and that's where it will be needed, but the way he's holding his arm, this looks bad. Altuve will need to be removed from this game and could be shelved for quite some time, and my goodness, he slides in. So on the 5-4-3 double play Brantley hit into, Altuve had slid in the center base. The computer had him slide. I don't do slide in this, when I have both controllers, I don't slide or anything. You can, but I didn't slide. Besides, the computer or the game makes you slide automatically, and he must have slid. Jose Altuve is injured, and he could be shelved for some time. And I mean, if he's shelved for even like a week, he might miss the entire World Series. And if it did say he would be shelved for quite some time, that might mean like a month or two, like Chad McCormick. And even if it's like I said a week, he might be out for the rest of the World Series. I guess I'll put in Alemnes Diaz, who can't play center base. He'll replace Jose Altuve defensively in the bottom of the first. Obviously, the top of the first is still going. 1-1 pitch to Bregman. He's batting .313. Shift is on. Foul ball on the circle change. 1-2 to Bregman. But they already lost McCormick. They're starting center fielders who have broken shin out 1 to 2 months, out 1 to 2 months, which means he's out for the rest of the playoffs. And now Altuve could be out for the rest of the playoffs. It probably is. 1-2 pitch, and that is outside and low. 2-2. 2-2 to Bregman. Ground ball where no one was. Shift was on. Reyes will dive, but it's past him. Base hit for Bregman, and now it's going to bring up Alvarez, the DH. A big blow for the Astros as Altuve goes down, like I said. 2-2 pitch on Alvarez, the DH. Little tapper, Peterson will go to first, and it's in time, and over. 2 hits for the Astros and 1 left for the Astros. Brewers coming to bat, no score here in Game 1 of the World Series. Luis Garcia, it's a Game 1 start for Houston. 2 starts here in the playoffs, or in the postseason. 1-0 record, a 0.71 ERA, 12 2/3 innings pitched, 13 hits, 1.11 whip, or 1.11 whip, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And coming into the game, obviously, is Alemdez Diaz. Coming into the game at center base is Alemdez Diaz for the injured Jose Altuve. Here's Luis Urias versus Luis Garcia. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Diamond is good run. Past him, base hit. Leadoff single for Urias. And now it's Willie Adames, who later said, or I haven't said it yet, but he was on the Rays when the Rays went to the World Series in 2020, but lost to the Dodgers in 6 games. Here's Adames. Ground ball where no one was. Base hit. Punched it between Gurriel and Diaz. 2 on, nobody out for the Brewers in the first inning. And now it's up. And now it's to the Yelich, who was the 2018 NL MVP. And the Brewers in 2018 were 1 game short of the World Series. But last year in 2022, they got to the World Series as they beat the Giants in the NLCS 4-2. Yelich is struggling. Line drive, base hit, and they're going to send the runner. Throw on by Myers is up the line, and the runners get the second and third. It's an RBI single for Yelich, and the Brewers strike first in Game 1 of the World Series. It should have probably been cut off, or Myers should have threw it to the cutoff man instead of throwing it straight to the plate, because that allowed the runner. Well, the runner at center probably was on score anyways, but that allowed the runner at the runner at second score. The runner at first got the third, and then the batter Yelich got the second. Now there's runners at second and third, nobody out. A full count to McCutchen with Tellez on deck. And they're going to walk McCutchen in the first inning intentionally as Dusty Baker puts it to 4 fingers. It was a full count. Now the bases are loaded for Tellez. Double plays in order and the fourth inning base in order. Tellez is slow as molasses. Infield is back here. He's the first baseman for Milwaukee. 1-on pitch. Line drive, base hit! That could score 2! Throw home by Myers, center runs coming around, and he's safe! As Maldonado trying to swipe Tad as the throw on Myers was up the line, kind of. He tried to swipe Tad. The runner is safe, so the runners second and third both score, and it's 3-0 Milwaukee, and they're threatening to blow the game wide open in the first inning. So an RBI single by Yelich and a 2-run single by Tellez. Runners at corners, nobody out for the Brewers in the first inning. And in the pitching coach for Houston, along with the catcher and the middle infielders, Diaz and Goodrum. But this could be out of reach in the first inning. It's already 3-0 in Milwaukee. They're starting to warm up. They are starting to warm up. What is happening to the... Starting to warm up Christian Javier, the long relief pitcher, in the Houston bullpen. Runners in corners, nobody out for Renfroe now. 1-on pitch. Ground ball at the plate. Going home with it is the pitcher, and the runner's out by 20 feet. McCutchen's thrown out, 1 down. Surprising he went. I didn't send him, the computer did. The name sent McCutchen, not me. As it was a drama about to Garcia, and then he threw it home to Maldonado. Maldonado tabs out McCutchen as McCutchen was out by at least 20 feet. 2-on-1 out now for Narvaez, number 7 batter, and the Milwaukee catcher. Ground ball should be 2. It's only tough to turn though. The runner's slow, and he's out by 5 feet. Double play. But the Brewers do get 3 runs on an RBI single by Yelich, Christian Yelich, and then a 2-run single by Roddy Tellez. We're to the second here in Game 1. 3-0 Brewers. So the Brewers do get 3, but there's still 8 more innings to go. Top 2. 3-0 Milwaukee, but the Astros, you would like to get at least a run back here. Line drive, Tellez on a hop. 1 down. Now it's Tucker, 250 average, which is 4th on the Astros. The Astros down 3-0 here in the second, but still, like I said, plenty of time. Ground ball, Burns past him, pumped straight up in the air, and my goodness, what is that? As that did hit the ground, it's not like it hit that on the fly, and then it was caught by the shortstop, but it already hit the ground at that point. But that, I never seen that glitch. It literally 1 hop off, I guess the pitching rubber, and then it was caught by the shortstop, but it already hit the ground. Here we go, 1-on-1 out now for Myers. Took the place of McCormick. Runner's going, and now throw to center by Narvaez. It's not in time. Tucker steals center base. As it hits the outfield to make it 3-1. That was a strike. It's now 1-2 to Myers. Ground ball, that could be past him. It is. Runner is not scoring and he'll stay at third base. Runners in the corners, 1 out now for Goodrum. So a single, and then a stolen base, and another single. Now Goodrum. Runners in the corners, 1 out. They'll play to end the inning though, or will end the inning. Line drop down the line, or Grumble on the line. Knocked down by Peterson. Runner will score, safe at first. It's 3-1. An RBI infield single for Goodrum, and it's 3-1 as Houston gets a run back. As it was a ground ball hit hard, stopped by who's their third baseman? Stopped by Jace Peterson, but everybody's safe. 2-on-1 out now for Maldonado, who is slow as molasses. Here we go, full count. Now a double steal. Maldonado will hit it, but foul. Here we go. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball after B2 off the glove of Burns. No chance for 2. But you would hit Maldonado, but that could have been an easy double. Not an easy double play. That could have been a double play. 2 down. Runners get to second and third. Now Diaz has a chance, obviously in the leadoff spot. Yeah, enter after the injured Tuve. Hits the outfield to tie the game though. Can he come through? And 2:14 here in the playoffs. 1-on pitch. Line drive. Renfro's there, and the Astros strand a pair of runners, but they do get a run. The Astros do get a run, but they do strand 2 runners in scoring position. Middle of 2, it's 3-1 Milwaukee. We got 3-1 Milwaukee, bottom 2. Here's Lorenzo Cain. I know in real life Lorenzo Cain got released by the Brewers, but he was released after I started this postseason bracket, so he's still on the Brewers in this game. Then it's Peterson, then it's top of the order, and Arias. Full count. Ground ball, Diaz. Coming in, came in for the injured Jose Altuve, 1 down. 4th on the Brewers. Peterson's 4th on the Brewers with a 542 on base percent, or excuse me, 542 OPS for Peterson. It's 4th on the Brewers. He's been at 208. That's have a home run in the playoffs. It was back in the NLDS against the Atlanta Braves. Ground ball to Diaz again. And back-to-back 4-3 ground. Now it's 2 down now for the top of the order. Here's Luis Arias, one for one with a single and scored with the first run for the Brewers in the last inning. So sending it back in 2 innings. 3-1 pitch, and that is low, ball 4. So he's single, and now he's walked. 2-out walk now. It should come back to bite you. Here's Adames to single and scored in the first. 1-on pitch. Ground ball, Diaz would go to first. And the 2-out walk does not come back to haunt Luis Garcia. And the 3-1 Milwaukee here in Game 1 of the World Series. Here we go. Top 3. Slow down so far. It's already 3-1 Milwaukee. Top 3 ground ball Peterson off the bat of Brantley. 1 down here in the 3rd. Now Bredman did single in the 1st. 3-1 Milwaukee. Full count. And that is low and outside, ball 4, 1-out one for Bredman. And now here comes Alvarez. Go for one on the ground out. Full count, runner stays put. Snapped his bat, Adames will only go to first. Surprisingly, only went to first. But as the momentum was taking him the other way, so good call, because who knows, he might throw it in the outfield. So it sits there, ground out, runner to center base though. As that was a snap bat, the cracked bat. Here's Gurriel, hits the outfield to make it 3-2. Full count, or excuse me, 3-1 out count. Ground ball, Arias. And the inning is over, and the Astros strand a runner at second base. Middle of 3, the score is the Brewers 3, and the Astros 1 here on the show. Here we go, bottom 3. Brewers scored 3 in the first, Astros scored 1 in the second. Now we're in the bottom of the 3rd at 3-1 Brewers, Yelich, and an RBS single in the first. Ground ball, Garcia, right back to him. Throw to Gurriel, 1 down. Now McCutchen, 371 average here in the playoffs. Intentional walk in the first inning, and then he was thrown out at the plate. No, he's back 371 though here in the playoffs. Ground ball, Diaz will field it right a second. Shift was on. Throw to Gurriel, 2 down for Tellez. 2-run single in the first inning. I made it 3-0 Milwaukee, then Astros got 1 back in the second, now in the 3rd. Slowed in so far. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, Ditterum, left the set and shift was on. He's got to hurry. Not really, be as slow as a slow. 1-2-3 to the Brewers. Head to the fourth, here in game 1. 3-1, Brewers. There's Tucker. 1 for 1 in the game. Ground ball, base hit past Adames. And the time runs coming to the play in the form of, I believe, I'm not sure who's up. Myers, I believe. Here's Myers. He didn't miss anything. Runner at first, nobody out. Top 4. 1-2 pitch to Myers. There goes Tucker again! And it's another hit and run. He stole a base earlier. Fly ball right field. Renfroe. 1 down. Throw out the first. Easily didn't bat this Tucker. 1 down now for Ditterum, who had an RBI single on his last or an RBI infield single on his last at bat. Here we go. Then it's Maldonado. Ground ball. This should be 2. Adames, Urias, Tellez, double play. Got him by half a step. Middle of 4. The score is still 3-1 Brewers here in game 1. Back here in Milwaukee. Game 1 of the World Series best of 7 series. 3-1 Brewers here in Milwaukee. 45th pitch down from Garcia. Renfroe 0 for 1. Ground ball. Diaz will die, but it's past him. Miscommunication. And stopping at first is Renfroe. Is about a third of the way down the line. It's back. Leadoff single for Milwaukee. Now Narvaez, who I believe had a double play in his last at bat. 1 on pitch. Fly ball. Pretty far, or not really deep, but medium deep left field. Caught by Brantley. 1 down. It's almost thrown away by Brantley. 1 down now for Kane. He's grounded out in the second. 1 on pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the curveball. Swing through it. It was in the dirt. 1-2 pitch. Line drive. Pretty deep right field, but it's caught by Tucker on the run. 2 down now for Peterson. Now Peterson. He can get on top. The order will come up. 3-1 hitters count. And that is low and outside. Another walk. Another 2-out walk by Garcia. And there's 2 on, 2 out now for Urias. The Sindel. It's 1 for 1 with a Sindel, a walk, and a run scored. 2 on pitch. Hit hard. Diaz is right there. Throws the Ditterum at second and an over. And the Brewers trying a pair of runners. Way to the 5th. Still 3-1 Milwaukee. Here we go. 3-1 Brewers. Top 5. 1 on pitch to Maldonado. Then it's the top of the order in Diaz. That's low. 27th round pick in the 2s and 4s draft Maldonado was. I don't think it was by the Astros. Maybe the ground ball. Urias will throw to first. And he would hit the 3-speeded Maldonado. 1 down now for the top of the order. And 11th Diaz. Blew out in the first. Then it's Brantley. Ground ball. Urias. And 1 center baseman rounds out to the other. Quickly 2 down here in the 5th. As these pitchers are starting to settle in here. Now Brantley 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs here. 1 on pitch. Ground ball. Peterson is... I hit the dive button, but he didn't dive, and it's past him, and it's past Adames. 2 out single for Brantley, and now Bredman. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Homer would tie it. Fly ball on the line. That will tail foul as it will hit the safety net down the right field line. 1-2 pitch now. Hit hard. Hit far. Can Kane get there? Kane on the run. He's got it. And that saved the run. And that saved the run because if that got over his head and stayed in play, the runner at first was on a score because there was 2 outs. Good catch by Kane. Halfway home here in Game 1 of the World Series. It's 3-1 Brewers. If that got over Kane's head and stayed in play, that was probably going to score a run. Here's Adames now, 1 for 2 in the game. 60th pitch to Garcia. He starts his 5th inning of work. No action in either bullpen. 3-1 Brewers here in Game 1 of the World Series. Foul ball 1 and 2 to Adames. 2, 3, 4 due up for the Brewers here in the bottom of the 5th. Then it's Yelich, then it's McCutchen. 1-2 pitch. Jammed him. That curveball came in on him. It was inside and it jammed him as Adames was in on his hands, popped it up the dirt, 1 down. Now it's Yelich. 1 for 2 with a single, RBI, and a run scored. 3-2 pitch now to McCutcheon, or excuse me, to Yelich, and McCutcheon on deck. Line drive, maybe through the lens of Garcia. Goodrum's there. A throw out, Yelich, 2 down. I believe went through the legs of Garcia, or if it didn't, it was close to it. Now McCutcheon 0 for 1, after that intentional walk in the first inning. 2-1 pitch now, McCutcheon, the DH for Milwaukee. On, Tellez will come up, ground ball Garcia. He settled down, 3 runs in the first inning, nothing since. We headed the 6th. It's 3-1. We headed the 6th. It's still 3-1 Milwaukee though. And we know Astros 12 minutes to work with, down 2. They were down 3, and then they got 3 runs. The Brewers scored 3 runs in the first inning. Astros scored 1 run in the second inning, nothing since. 3 hitters count to Alvarez, and that's ball 4. Burns is chirping as I hit the bottom of the zone. Chirping the home plate umpire, but home plate umpire called it a ball. Now Gurriel, the runner at first and nobody out. Line drive, right center, Renfroe to his right, and he's got it. 1 down here in the 6th. 1 down now for, I believe it's Tucker. It's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run score. He also stole a base. 3-1 hitters count. Can't want to set and die, and this one is in there. For Tucker, you might maybe see some motion here, although Alvarez only has 38 speed and 0 steal. It's full count. There goes the runner. And it's a little pop-up, or fly ball Yelich. He'll make the catch, and he'll zip it over to first, way too late. Runner gets back. Runner at first, 2 outs now for Myers. Yeah?
The dog's in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Can we just try to do it again?
10 minutes?
Yeah, no longer.
Okay. Sorry about that. My dad about our dogs, which sorry, it happened because 1, it's like 110 degrees out or something like that. 2-2 pitch now, runner at first, 2 outs. Foul ball, still 2-2. So sorry about that, but I mean I kind of have to know. So because like I said, it's like 100 degrees out, and you know someone that did sunburn and or overheat. 2-2 pitch now, especially Dodds. And that's a jam shot. That pitch was really low. Arias in and over. As Burns able to run in the second inning, nothing since. And all sits 3-1 Houston. Or excuse me, 3-1 Milwaukee. 3-1 Milwaukee. Bottom 6. It's been a pretty long game, at least for video-wise, like time-wise, for this video. Because usually it'd be like the 7th or 8th right now. We're in the 6th though. That's a ground ball. Diaz. Shift was on. Diaz from the outfield grass. What did Tellez, who has 19 speed, 1 down. Here's Renfroe. I thought my Don's in 10 minutes. Or 10 minutes or less. And this clip will end in about 5 minutes. That's perfect. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. 70th pitch coming from Garcia. Still not watching either bullpen. Ground ball to the shift. Diaz from the outfield grass on the run. What a play! Finally Lemnis Diaz 2 down. What a play. Now Narvaez. Energy of Garcia's in the yellow. Still not watching in the Houston bullpen or the Milwaukee bullpen. Here we go. 1-1 pitch. Little jam shot to Goodrum. Throw to Gurriel in and over. 1-2-3 to the Brewers. We're through 6 innings of play. Or yeah, 1-2-3 to the Brewers, end of 6. 3-1 Milwaukee. The pitchers have really settled in here. They're still on the warm up. They're still on the warm up. Brett Suter in the Milwaukee bullpen. I remember Christian Javier warmed up in the first inning, and I forgot he was there. But he's running away to him, but they're also starting to warm up. He's running away to Javier, but they're also starting to warm up Rafael Montero too. Here we go. Energy Burns in the yellow. 9th pitch coming, but he's going to stay in the game against Goodrum. Ground ball Peterson, routine. And he'll throw over to Rowdy Tellez, 1 down here in the 7th. Astros have 8 more outs to work with, down 3-1. Maldonado now, then atop the order, and Diaz. Still a blow that you lost. It's still a blow that the Astros lost Altuve. Maldonado, though, has been really struggling in the playoffs. Gets a hit. 1 on 1 out now for Lemnis Diaz. And that might be in the end of the day for Burns. And here comes Brett Suter, a lefty, come in to face the righty. 3 appearances here in the playoffs. 1-0 record. No ERA. Pitched 4 1/3 innings. Here we go. 1 on 1 out for Diaz. Line drive, that ball's hit well. Will it be caught? I don't think so. And it won't be. Off the base of the wall. Coming around is Maldonado. He's slow as molasses. And he is out at the plate. Maldonado's thrown out. A questionable decision to send him. I know there was 1 out, but he only has 3 speed. But he might have blown through the stop sign. But either way, it went home and he was out by 10 feet. 2 down. It's a double for Diaz. But, I mean, if there's runner at second or runners at second and third with 1 out is better than a runner at second and 2 outs. Now Brantley hits it down to make it 3-2. Here's Brantley. Fly ball right the cane. And that is the end of the inning as the Astros, obviously there was a single and a double, and obviously on that double, Maldonado, who was at first base, was thrown out at the plate. 7-inning touchdown here at the ballpark. It's still 3-1 Milwaukee. As Maldonado probably should not went to second and third with 1 out. That hit right there. I know that was my fault. I thought I could have stored him on that one. But of course that wasn't the case. But if it was second and third with 1 out, I mean he could have. That would have been a sad. Well, assume that he was a sad fight. The next hit where Brantley hit foot center field. That would have been a sad fight if Maldonado wasn't able to score. Because remember, he only has 3 speed. So here comes Rafael Montero from the Houston bullpen. As he's Dusty Bader's calling for the righty. And here comes Montero. 2 appearances here in the playoffs. 1-0 record. 3 innings pitched. They're really trying to keep it right where it is. Bottom 7. Still 3-1 Milwaukee. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Gurriel will take it himself. 3 unassisted ground ball. 1 down here in the 7th. And now Peterson open 1 with a walk. Javier actually is going to sit down now. And they're selling him up. Selling up Pedro Baez in the Houston bullpen. And they're selling up Devin Williams in the Milwaukee bullpen. See the pitch now to Peterson, top fielder follow. Fly ball, left field. Brantley makes a catch, 2 down. And now it's Luis Arias, 1 for 2 with a single and scored. 1 of the 3 runs for the Brewers. Bat in the first. Ground ball Diaz, as the Brewers have not scored since the first. We head to the 8th here in Game 1 of the World Series. 3-1 Brewers. Brewers haven't had a hit or a pitch runner forever. Here's Bredman. And here comes Devin Williams from the Milwaukee bullpen. So a righty that's coming in the face of righty. 4 appearances here in the playoffs. 5 2/3 innings, no ERA. And a pretty good average versus lefties and righties. Here we go. 1-2 pitch for Bredman. The Bredman is 1 for 2 in the game. Little tapper. Williams throws the first kind of high, but Teles keeps the spin on the bat. 1 down now for Alvarez. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Time runs on deck, but only matters if the guy in the box can get on base. Ground ball, Adames. Shift was on, so he's the right of second. Throws a bullet over to Teles. 2 down quickly here in the 8th. He didn't miss anything. I just let my Dons in. I already said that. But that last clip ended anyway, so I just put my Dons in. He didn't miss anything, like I said. Here we go. Here's Yuri Gurriel. Astros down our final 4 outs, down 3-1. Gurriel's 0 for 3. Ground ball, Arias. And the inning is over to pit by Teles to save a throwing error by Arias. 1-2-3 to the Astros. They're running out of time. Middle of 8. 3-1 Brewers. Right, a bottom 8, Brewers looking to get some insurance, while the Astros are trying to keep it at 3-1. And then Brendan Pedro Baez from the Houston bullpen to try to keep it right where it is at 3-1. 4 appearances here in the playoffs. 9 innings pitched, 1 ERA. We had 14 fastball, a changeup, and a slider for Baez. And the Brewers bullpen, they're selling up their closer, their all-star closer, left-hander, and the Brewers are selling up their all-star closer, left-hander, Josh Hader. Here we go. Here's Baez trying to keep it right where it is for Houston. Full count to Adames. Ground ball. Diaz will throw to Gurriel. 1 down. And now it's Yelich, just 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the first. Brewers haven't scored since the first. Fly ball right to Brantley. Shift was on, and he has to move only about 5 feet. 2 down quickly here in the 8th, as the Brewers haven't had a hit in forever. They have 5 hits. I think 4 of them were in the first inning. Now McCutcheon was intentional walk in the 0 for 2 with an intentional walk in the first. 3-1 count. Foul ball, full count to McCutcheon. Due up for the Astros in the top of the 9th will be 6-7-8, which is what Tucker, Myers, and Didrum. Ground ball, Diaz will field it and throw it, but it's far too late. Infield center for McCutcheon, their first hit in like 4 innings or more. Runner at first, 2 outs now for Tellez, who was 1 for 3 with a 2-run single in this game. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, Didrum will field it, past the diamond, third baseman, Jeter jumped through it when Didrum got him. They did not find the diamond third baseman, which is Alex Bregman, and then Nito Didrum, the shortstop for Houston, deep in the hole with a Jeter jump throw. Gets Tellez. We head to the 9th. Last call for Houston here in Game 1 of the World Series. Or last call for Houston here in Game 1 of the World Series. End of 8. It's 3-1 Brewers. Right out. Astros 3 rounds to work with. Down 3-1. It's Tucker, Myers, and then Didrum. And here comes the Brewers all-star closer, left-hander Josh Hader. 6 for 6 on 8 appearances here in the playoffs. 6 for 6 on save opportunities. 6 innings pitched. Hasn't given up an earned run. And like I said, he's 8 appearances here in the playoffs. 6 for 6 on saves. 6 saves on 6 save opportunities. Hasn't given up an earned run all postseason. Here's Tucker. And the Astros need 2 runs. Shift is on. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. 1-2 now. Ground ball where no one was. Great hitting by, situational hitting by, situational hitting for Tucker. And the time runs coming to the point in the form of Jake Myers against Josh Hader. There goes the runner. That's a ground ball base hit. And it was whipped in the left field. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and Houston's in business. And you might see Maldonado bunt here because that would bring the time run, put the time run at center base. You might see a bunt here to move the runners over here. By Maldonado, or by Didrum, excuse me. That's a ground ball. That could be 2. Second 1. First! And it's a double play. 2 down. Surprising he didn't bunt because it wasn't Maldonado, it was Didrum. A 4-6-3 double play. Now it's Maldonado. 1 for 3. Runner at third, 2 outs. Hits the effort to make it 3-2, or hit in general to make it 3-2. But surprising he did not bunt. Because now put the time run at center base. If you bunted and moved the runners over, it would be runners at center and third, 1 out, instead of the runner at third and 2 outs. Hits the input to make it 3-2, or hit in general to make it 3-2. Corner infielders are protecting the lines. Here's Maldonado, last chance for Houston. Fly ball to center field. This should do it. This should do it. Kane's there. Brewers take Game 1 as they beat the Astros 3-1. As the Astros had the time run at the plate, it was Martin Maldonado was at the plate with the runner at third and 2 outs, and he was a tying run, but he flies out the Kane in center field as the Brewers take Game 1 of the World Series. As they scored 3 runs in the first inning, and the Brewers scored 3 runs in the first inning. Astros scored 1 run in the second inning, and then neither team scored in the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, or the ninth. Garcia gets Corbin Burns gets the win. Luis Garcia gets the loss. And Josh Hader gets a save, his 7th save of the postseason, and the Brewers lead the best of 7 World Series and 1-0 as the Brewers take Game 1 of the World Series 3-1. As the Brewers take Game 1 of the World Series here in Milwaukee, as the Brewers, like I said, win Game 1 of the World Series here at home 3-1 over the Houston Astros. See you in Game 2. Corbin Burns gets the win. He's now 1-2 in the postseason. Luis Garcia gets the loss. He falls 1-1 in the postseason. And Josh Hader gets a save, a 7th save of the postseason. And Josh Hader is also the player of the game. As Kyle Tucker went 3 for 4 with 3 singles and scored the only run for Houston. Lemus Diaz had a double, bounced it on that double. Maldonado was thrown out at the plate. Gooder had the 1 for 4 with the RBI infield single, and then Jake Myers 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Astros had 11 hits. Brewers only had 6. For the Brewers, win Game 1 of the World Series 3-1 over the Astros here in Milwaukee, and the Brewers lead this best-of-7 World Series 1-0, as the Brewers take Game 1 of the World Series here in Milwaukee. As Game 2, and this game will be the next night, which will be Game 2 of the World Series is tomorrow night in this game. But next episode of the series, which will be Game 2 of this World Series, will most likely go up on Sunday, July 17th. I'm trying to do the series every other day when I'm actually doing this series, because this is the first episode of the series in like 3 weeks, because I was in Minnesota fishing for like 5 days or 6 days, and then I was in Tennessee for 9 days. So that's why the last episode of the series was like 3 weeks ago. But if you haven't seen the last episode of the series, which was Game 6 between the Brewers and the Giants and NLCS, it'll be 9-Giant in the top corner right up here. And obviously stay tuned for the rest of the series. Like I said, Game 2 of the World Series will be in the next episode, which will most likely go up on Sunday, July 17th. And then I'm trying to do it every other day. So Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. And obviously those last 3, Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, are if necessary, because obviously Games 5, 6, and 7 are if necessary. And obviously I do only 1 game per episode, obviously, but this is probably at least a 15-minute video, maybe more. It did take a while, especially because, the first few innings took a while, because the first inning, the Brewers had like 6 straight hits, or not 6 straight hits, but seriously, out of their 6 hits, I think 4 of them were in the first inning. And then for the Astros, well, obviously, like, the Brewers scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first, the Astros scored 1 run in the top of the second, and then like I said, neither team scored in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, and obviously the Brewers didn't bat in the 9th. But yeah. Yelich had an RBI single, Telez had a 2-run single, and that's all the offense the Brewers had, and that's all the offense the Brewers needed. And like I said, the Astros obviously scored their only run in the second inning on an RBI infield single by Nico Duderum, who at the end should have bunted. Probably, I should have bunted him. I should have had him bunt, because if he bunted, and even say he was out at first base, runners at second and third are 1 out, hit the outfield to tie the game. Or even a sac fly at the end there by Maldonado would score 1, and wouldn't score 2, unless the ball was thrown away or something, but it should have scored 1. But it shoulda, woulda, coulda. And also, you never know. If I didn't bunt with Diderum, if I did bunt, yeah, different situation. The Astros still might not won the game, though. They might have run in second and third and only scored 1 run and lost 3-2. Or they didn't score any runs and lost 3-1 like they did here. Or they tied the game, tied at 3-3, but then said they lost in the bottom of the 9th or an extra inning. So, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's not just because I didn't bunt with Diderum doesn't mean the Astros lost the game, because who knows, they still could have lost 3-1, they could have lost 3-2, or they could have tied at 3, but then lost in the, like I said, in the bottom. Like I said, the Astros could have tied at 3, or could have tied the game 3-3, but then lost in the bottom of the 9th or in extra innings. But either way, there's still the rest of the World Series. I know, obviously, like, it's a best-of-7 series, so if you lose Game 1 in a best-of-7 series, obviously, once you lose, so you can't change it. So, if you're the Astros, obviously this is only a video game, but if you're the Astros, well, just come back strong tomorrow, because obviously Game 2 is tomorrow in this game. Game 2 is tomorrow night in this game. Just come back strong, and in Game 2, the Brewers will be looking to take a 2-0 series lead, and the Astros will be looking to tie the World Series at 1 game apiece. Like I said, the World Series is a best-of-7 series, and the next episode of the series will be Game 2 of the World Series, and it will most likely go up on Sunday, July 17th. As it's already July 15th, it's already halfway through July, and it's already halfway through my summer break, but so obviously there's still the second half of July and the second half of my summer break. And the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Vinny J management, and the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Vinny J, and the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Vinny J Madden 22 Face of the Franchise series. That will most likely be the next video on this channel. It might be, it might not be, but obviously you guys will find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it, which hopefully will be tomorrow or later today if this video is going up on Saturday, July 16th. But tomorrow if this video is going up on Friday, July 15th. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. RJ has time for closing the board. If it's up, RJ has time for closing the board. If you like this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And I'm gonna see you in episode number 14 of this MLB The Show 22. And I'm gonna see you in episode number 14 of this MLB The Show 22 postseason series. See you in episode number 14. And eat a lot of bacon and go Brewers.